everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I thought I'd do some hits and misses. I haven't got a lot of things that I've been trying lately, but what I have tried, I've tried out for a good couple of weeks, so I've been able to form a good opinion on it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off with, this is the new Erborian Super BB Cream. Now, you might know this with the original one, that's the CC, that colour corrects. It comes out white and then turns into your skin tone on application. I've tried that and I love it. I was so excited about this. Now, this is full coverage, SPF 20, it's got your ginseng. It's really good for blemish prone skin, acne prone skin, that's what it's formulated for. I've got the shade Nude. Now, the shade range is really hard to navigate because, oh, Bertie's touching the wire. No, Bertie, no, leave the wire. Because you've got Clar, which is light, Nude, Dore, and then Caramel, and I think a darker one. And Nude is just too, you would have thought this would be a good shade, but for me, it's too pale. But leave out the colour, the texture is beautiful, it's creamy, it's super full coverage, it's really, really gorgeous. But this all over my face ends up looking just sickly. What's going on with the light now? I had really good light and now it's gone. Okay, yeah. It ends up just, you know, when something is just too pale and you just look so sickly. Leave that, Bertie. So it's just too pale. So I asked them for a sample because this is what I do now. I contact companies and I say, can you send me a sample of said shade, because I'm not buying foundations. Oh my God, it's shouty, man. Oh. I'm not buying foundations or BB creams and then having a whole tube and not knowing what to do with it. I was just so sure that was my right colour. Anyway, so I asked them for a sample of, this is Dore, okay? And look, a little bit goes a long way. This, I've still got loads in here. It just spreads beautifully. And I'll show you this colour. Ooh, if we can squeeze some out. This is the next shade, Dore, right? Now, here we go. Looking at that, you'd think that is a perfect colour, but on the skin, it just has that orange hue, so you end up having a really orange face. But again, it might be a good colour for you, I don't know. But look at the difference. So this is the second one from light, and this is the third. It's just a big jump. And all over the face, it just looks too orange. Now, the coverage is fantastic. It looks, you know, you can layer it and it looks beautiful. But again, this is my thing with tinted moisturizers and BB creams. They, on my skin, which is quite oily and problematic, it doesn't last well. So by the end of the day, it's cracked, it's creased, because they're not long wearing, and it's sort of come off and it just slips away basically. No matter what you do with it, set it with bare minerals, you know, all sorts, and it just ends up getting that chalkiness on the chin. And you don't get that with a long wear foundation, and that's why I always go for a long wear foundation, because if I want my foundation to last all day, that's what I have to do. And that's the difference between like BB creams and CC creams. They're great for a couple of hours. You know, say you're going, you know, on a Sunday morning for coffee and you really don't want to do a whole makeup look. That's the kind of thing I would use. If I'm not going to be doing eyeshadow and all of that, because when I wear a foundation, I don't just wear a foundation, everything goes with it. Blush, bronzer, I'm going to do a whole look. So BB creams for me are a great Sunday option when you literally, it's a no makeup, pop on, you're not expecting it to last all day, you're not expecting it to look perfect. So if you have got blemish prone skin or, you know, problematic skin and you want something that's really good for your skin and going to give you good coverage, great for teenagers, then this is really good. I don't know, maybe it lasts better on a drier skin or a less oily skin, I'm not sure. But again, I'm always looking at texture. And although it's smoothing and nice, it's the lasting thing for me. It doesn't really last. And the shades are not a bit you know, but that's the Super BB. So I get a sample. Again, great for the weekends, but for me, it doesn't, you know, I'd rather wear my Complexion Rescue, which is like hardly any coverage, but it just gives that glow and it's the right colour. Do you know what I mean? The colour is so important when it comes to foundations. Then, so that's really, kind of really a miss for me. Then next up is the Alibi foundation. Bertie, leave that alone, bub. No, come on. Next up is the Alibi foundation. I've got that on today. I was wearing it in my previous video. Today I've got the shade Bloom. Yesterday I was wearing Dune, and this one is Bloom. Bloom and Dune. So this is Bloom. And then Dune, which was the one I had in a little pot. I'll put that next to it. You'll see one is neutral and one is more yellow. Again, if you've got problematic skin, great foundation. So you can see the two there. You've got Bloom and Dune. So one is neutral, one's yellow. It's like all my foundations. One is neutral and one is more yellow. So, again, I'm wearing the Bloom today and it works very well, but I've set it with a more warmer mineral powder to give it a bit more warmth. What are we doing with this light here? Do you know what I mean? It was great when I started. Okay, so now, again, this is a very liquidy formula. I've got foundation everywhere now. But it covers very well. It's very lightweight for a foundation. And it's beautiful on the skin. Again, it's not long lasting. It doesn't beat the double wear. It's not, you know, I wouldn't purchase the full size basically. Now, if I had a sample of the Erborian, I wouldn't have purchased the full size either. So won't be purchasing the full size, but it is a lovely foundation for those who are not bothered about that foundation lasting long, want something that's, you know, vegan certified and good skin ingredients. These will be for you. Right, let me get this off my hands. Next up is the Delilah primer. This is the underwear primer, and it's a typical primer formula. It's got that sort of what looks like a sort of silicone-y feel. You know, the way I stand on primers, I don't really feel like, I mean, this feels lovely and smooth, but I actually find that putting a primer on accentuates my pores every time. Like, I'll then see the foundation sort of sitting in the pores. It takes a very good primer to work for me. Again, this is great, but I don't really feel like it does much in terms of hiding pores and smoothing out skin, or making my makeup last any longer. For example, double wear, I'd never wear a primer underneath it and I have tried a primer under it, and it's much better on its own over a sunscreen. So it just depends. So I won't be getting that. Right. Next up, it's the Rodial blush drops, and this is in blushing. This is in, I can't remember what this one's called. Oh, Frosted Pink. It's a concentrated, buildable, illuminating pop of colour to cheeks infused with soft focus pearl, perfect for skin radiance. Now, I saw the Made in Chelsea girls wearing this, and of course I had to have it. Now, it comes out in this little pipette. You only need the tiniest amount, and you get this, it's basically a serum, so it's skincare, this pop of colour that's very, very sheer pink. Now, this for me, it can look very greasy and it can take your foundation off depending on what you're wearing. I've got to be very careful with this to only use it on the high points, because I tried to use it as a blush, and obviously I've got large pores and it just accentuates them, and I just end up having a really greasy cheek. So for me, it's better as a blush. They come in two shades. There's a sunset colour, which is a more coral colour, which I think would work better on me. They were using this and I just had to get it. But this is, because it's frosted pink, it can look a bit frosty and dated. You know, so again, I bought it and it was expensive for like £35. I wouldn't buy it again. I would have had a sample, and if I'd had a sample, I wouldn't have bought it. So I wouldn't have bought this. It's great if you want that wet look, you know, but if you're oily, you're just going to look more oily. So, you know, maybe I can use this. Well, I've used it as a highlighter, but I have to be very careful to keep it up here. So yeah, you might like, if you've got dry skin, you probably love this. It gives you really nice glow and a bit of colour. So you might, but for me, no. Next is the Lash Paradise. Now, I've used this before, and it's supposed to be the dupe of the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. To me, this is just, it's very dry. I find it that it's very dry, and it doesn't really go onto, I like a very wet mascara that really goes to the end of my lashes. This just sort of stops halfway, and it doesn't really get to the end of my lashes, and I just find it a bit dry, and it doesn't really make my lashes nice. It just makes them a bit claggy. So I'm on the hunt for a good mascara at the moment. I love my Hourglass Unlocked, but I don't want to like use it every day, because although it's good as it's a tubing mascara, I just find it goes everywhere when you take it off, the little filaments. And sometimes I just want a cheapy mascara, but this is just not. And I know because I've never liked L'Oreal mascaras really. Everyone always says about the what's the other one that they use, the Carbon Black. It just doesn't work, just doesn't really work for me. I think I prefer Max Factor. So I might try Max Factor, and I need like a really stretchy one that pulls out the lashes. This just, I'm using it, but it doesn't really work for me. So no. On my lips, I got this. This is the Max Factor. These are the, I can't remember what they're called. I've got another one of these. Now, I heard Caroline Barnes talking about this lipstick. I had to, looking everywhere for it, and it's like something she'd never picked up, and she did a beauty box and this was in it. I didn't get the beauty box, I just got this. It's called Pink Brandy, and it is, because now that I'm blonde, sometimes I want like a bright lip, but it's not too bright. It's like a gorgeous pop of coral. It's really moisturising. And it just gives, it's a nice daytime bright. Matches my nails. These formulas, these Max Factor formulas are amazing. The other one that I've got is Toasted Almond, which I love. This is a gorgeous shade. You're going to love this. Toasted Almond. Again, that neutral. I mean, for drugstore lipsticks, these are amazing. They're so moisturising. They glide onto lips. They last really well. And this you can even use on cheeks as well. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. So that's Pink Brandy, and that's Toasted Almond. Gorgeous lipsticks, you know, just sometimes you just want, like, you know, say you're going to do a really neutral eye with hardly anything on but black liner, and then this, have your hair up in a bun, you know, summer dress, that kind of summer vibe. So that's going to be my summer lipstick. And then last up, I've got, this is the Hada Labo. Now, everyone's gone on about this hyaluronic acid, and I'm just underwhelmed. It just doesn't, it's like £17 a Superdrug, so look how liquidy that is. It's so liquidy, right? It just doesn't do anything. I mean, you know what I miss? My Madeira. Was it Madeira? Hydraluron jelly. Oh, that just, like, you'd see a difference. I put this on and I feel like I'm just putting water on my face. I don't feel like it's hydrating. I don't feel like it's doing anything. It's not trying to finish it. It's never finishing. It's just, whereas with the Hydraluron Madeira, God, it was just, you just noticed a difference immediately. It would just plump out skin. Yeah, it would hydrate. I'd only need to use that serum and my SPF. This, I put a moisturiser on top, and then I feel like it's too much. And it's just, and because so many people rave about it, that's why I got it. And I'm just like, It says can be used also during the day on makeup. So maybe it's good for that if you've got, like, you know, itchy skin or something and you want to hydrate. So yeah, I wouldn't buy that again. I'm going to get my my other one. So yeah. Now I've got one other thing I just remembered. I don't know if it's my jaw. drawer, but it was a SkinCeuticals moisturiser I was using. It was the normal to oily skin moisturiser in the little pot, and I finished that and I love it, so I'm going to order it again. Right, the last thing is, I thought I'd mention actually, is the Lasting Perfection concealer. Again, lots of people have raved about this. The shades are bizarre, because this is Cashew 6 and it's so light. Look at that. I'm like, this is the number 6. I don't really know how the shades work. They're just all really white. Now, this is a really nice, cheap, everyday concealer for under the eyes if you want that kind of brightening, whitening effect. But, and I've got it on today, but if I had to compare it to the L'Oreal Infallable More Than concealer, I would go for the Infallable, because I'll tell you why. They're near enough the same colour. Actually, this is a little bit more yellow, right? There you go, it's a little bit more yellow. Because as bright as this is, once you put it on and blend it, you kind of lose a little bit of the brightness, and then it gets a bit see-through. Now with this one, you don't lose the brightness and you don't lose the coverage. You get that, what I like a white plain iron in the corner just to really brighten the under eye. So for me, I would choose this. This is great with your tinted moisturiser. You just want to have a bit of brightness and you're going to just pop out for a coffee. So it's kind of like I don't need a full-on makeup look, then this is great. But for me, if I'm doing foundation and I want my proper concealer and all of that, then I prefer this because it keeps the whiteness. I feel like it keeps the brightness a bit. Do you know what I mean? So yes, I like this. I won't buy it again. I would buy this one again. Right, I think those are my hits and misses. I'm glad to be back filming more videos. I'm feeling a bit more energized. I'm feeling like I've got some ideas. I'm just going to go with what I feel like doing and what, I enjoy doing and what I think you might be interested in. So there you have it. Those are my hits and misses. I hope you enjoyed that. And I shall think up the next video for you. I hope you're doing well, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.